Hello, everyone.
Hello, Grandmaster.
Yesterday, you all chanted quite well and sincerely. You might feel quite at ease. As we keep going over more days and increasing our chanting time, after the class, you can still chant at home. But for normal people's physical concentration ability and energy, on each day, even if you have a foundation, it's better not to exceed 8 hours. It would be enough. Of course, some may say, I'm seriously ill. I hope to get well soon and so I chant 24 hours a day. No way. You'll exhaust too much energy. So, every day, just follow our class schedule to chant. And you'll see significant effects. Previously, we had other chanting classes. I want to remind you to use your cell phone to take pictures of your face and hands. And then a few days later, under the same lighting, at about the same time, say, in the morning, at the same place, take pictures again under the same light. The comparison is more obvious this way. Only the face and hands. Your family can help you take the photos. There will be changes. From the facial and hand reading, you can tell the good, the bad, and even misfortunes. Right. After we've chanted for more than 10 days, there will be changes. For example, there could be changes in fullness or height. Regarding the face complexion and palms. And changes in color, all is possible. The newcomers may feel it's very supernatural, or somewhat unbelievable, just because it's inconceivable, but not magic. I ask you to take pictures with your own phone to see the changes. Some are internal changes, right? You become healthy, right? Say, your breathing and excretions become smoother. Your heart feels calmer, right? Also, you walk easier than before. It's good, very good changes. But I also believe that there will be changes on the face and hands. Normally, the fortune tellers will look at the appearance and say, wow, your face looks rosy. That's having fortune and luck, right? The same for the ladies. They won't have the complexion of a dead body. That's gray and pale, as if there's no blood circulations. Those who look pale or too dark will put on some powder and some pinkish blusher, right? It makes them look like they have good blood circulation. That means her body and spirit are healthy. Maybe you're
Luck.
You're in good luck. How about in bad luck? In the ancient novels, bad luck was described. There's a black cloud above your head. The bad luck is coming. It sounds absurd and unreliable. So, when you look healthy, it means you're in good luck. It's the same you, with a good appearance and a healthy body. Also, this way, you'll be in a good mood and even better luck. Right. The Buddha can transform a person instantly. Say, a lady wants to get married. What kind of person does she want to marry? She found a picture of a movie star from online or in a magazine. She said, I'm looking for this type. The Buddha may find her someone similar at the right time.
It feels tailor-made.
Actually, everyone's marriage is tailor-made. You see, when you want to marry someone, usually you say, he's the only one I want to marry. You all feel like this. What changes in the end? It would be after you've gotten married, right? The change appears after getting married. but he is your original destined husband. Even if your parents don't approve, you say, "No way. If you don't agree, I'll run away with him." And you marry him. That's it. I believe that when the ladies get married, they're hot-blooded. He's the only one you'll marry. Some men say, "I'll only marry her." So it's tailor-made, indeed. It's the fate from before. You know about the good and bad fate. Right. Usually, they were enemies. That's why they fight when they're together. But they're also in love, which ties them together to keep fighting. Some are there to show mutual gratitude. They repay a debt of gratitude. This pair is a dog and its owner. This is not the same, especially for the small dogs that look like two buns stuck together. The owner holds it every day. This means their previous lifetime love has not ended yet. Maybe the one who turned into a dog said before he died, "I want to be a dog in my next life and follow you forever. Wherever you go, I'll go with you." Well, this life, he comes as a dog. And this dog reincarnates 3 times in a row in the same person's life. These 3 dogs look very alike. Anybody has kept 3 dogs before? After the first dog dies, you get another one, and they look alike. Right? Also, you'll discover these karmic connections. Say, some couples do look alike, right? The same for karmic connected owners and dogs. They bear a family resemblance to each other.
Even their personalities are alike.
Right. Their hair may not look alike, but the color of the dog's fur matches the color of the owner's clothes. One day, I saw a foreign lady. She had a little skinny dog, and she was very skinny herself. The dog and its owner both had curly yellow hair. They had the same hairstyle. When they turned their heads, even their face and gaze were the same. Well, these are caused by unfinished business in a past life. Now, the best friend comes to thank you. If you want to find a good connection, you may try my method. Maybe it could help you. Modern people want to love freely, but they can't find their love. I don't even know him, how can I date him? Right? They don't know how to start. So, if you want to realize your wish, you can write it down and put it there. Or, you write it down and stick it on the screen. And also write to me. Do we have more questions to answer?
Master, a friend asks the meaning of 5 flowers gather above the head.
5 flowers gather above the head is, I've collected an ancient Thangka of an Arhat. Yes, it's drawn by a Han painter. The Arhat in this ancient Thangka looks Indian. You may also say he's a Buddha or another self-cultivator. Right. Self-cultivator. It was created either in Yuan dynasty or Tang dynasty. His face looks Indian. The hair on his body is quite dense. But that kind of joy is a wonderful bliss exuding from his heart. It's only a picture and not a video. There are painted lots of flowers drifting down from the sky. These flowers are the most beautiful, he thought, in the human world. Some asked what flowers exactly they are. Not sure. The concept of 5 flowers is like the face color we mentioned. Say, if someone is in bad luck, such as dying or going to have an accident, the color of his body, the forehead or the crown, will appear lifeless gray or black, which is inauspicious. Or there will be some kind of restless, weird aura and color. I can't describe more. You try to comprehend. However, I suggest that you think about this. When a new president takes office, at his inauguration, you'll see that he looks like a new person. Suddenly. We can only say that he becomes good-looking suddenly. Also, for the newly wedded couples, the brides and grooms, when they get married, it's the time in their life when they have the best energy, luck, and the most prosperity. There are 3 fires on the groom's head. It's not a real fire, but a description of energy. For those who can see or who have divine eye, they see this person is getting married and has strong energy. That's why I suggest not lending your family car to be a wedding car. When they get married, their strong energy field will absorb yours. It's easy for them because their energy is strong. It's weird, right? From this example, we know that, be it 3 flowers or 5 flowers gathering above the head, it's a description of energy. In Buddhist cultivation, when we say 5 flowers gathering above the head, what do we mean? It's enlightenment. For example, when Buddha was meditating with his disciples, after coming out of the meditative state, he picked a flower on the ground and looked at the people, and everybody was shocked. Many of them wondered why he picked the flower. Finally, only Mahakassapa, an elderly disciple, got the insight. Instant enlightenment. He got the inspiration, smiling with enlightenment, and full of Dharma bliss. Such supreme Dharma bliss rose from the bottom of his heart, due to the enlightenment. At that instant, it triggered his joy, an energy to suddenly rise to a transcendent level. Like a human becoming a god, he was transformed. Such energy is extremely strong at this time. That's the first one. Secondly, the deities and nature will celebrate. I have really seen that. There were lots of various flowers and petals, fragrant and beautiful flowers floating in the sky. We didn't know who made the flowers appear. No one saw that. Just vaguely felt that many fresh and fragrant flowers and petals were floating overhead. Such a wonderful feeling can even make you smell such a fragrance. This is called 5 flowers gathering above the head. It's not a flower crown on your head. You feel the flowers falling down from the sky like snow. We can call them flowers of heaven, flowers of paradise, and flowers of enlightenment. They are not the worldly morning glory or peony. Not any of those ordinary ones. This is called blossom and enlightenment. Getting enlightenment while blossoming is such a wonderful and amazing state. Of course, I hope each of our lovely friends, everyone in this chanting class, can achieve 5 flowers gathering above the head. Also, be happy and achieve enlightenment. That would be wonderful. Thank you for your question. Well, coming up, you should listen again to one of my previous teachings related to this. Okay, let's get ready to listen to the teaching. Chanting for our fathers. If you have an illness, please raise your hand. So many hands raised. If you feel you are a bit foolish, please raise your hand. Not so many. If you feel clever. Not so many. I've tricked so many people Of course I'm clever. It's all right. So many feel they lack health, or wisdom, or money. Some people feel they've suffered a lot, or that they're suffering now. Some are jobless. People are in various kinds of trouble. Illness, lack of money, what other kinds of trouble? Two kinds are enough for a person to carry. Relationships? Yes, there's suffering in relationships too. Humans often find that something is lacking in life. It sounds like a joke. Some people are born with an incomplete body. Some are born, whether because of genetic or some other reasons, lacking intelligence. They later feel the pain of not making adequate progress at school. I've had this experience. Classmates look down on you, and teachers think you're stupid. You're bullied by siblings. Your parents sympathize with you, out of pity. This kind of sympathy causes pain. Many people complain of hurt feelings, an unhappy marriage, etc. Really painful and annoying. Some can't keep a job. A lot of problems can happen in our lives. Yet some people seem to be luckier than others. They don't seem to encounter so many problems. Why are they lucky? The Christians will tell you God has granted them luck. The Buddhists believe in cause and consequence. Any suffering a person goes through as a result, that has grown and ripened, and one feels this result by going through it. This fruit or result comes from a seed that decides what fruit it's going to be. If the seed is a peach seed, you won't get an apple. As simple as that. Among peaches, there are differences in quality. Do you know? All seeds, including human DNA, have different qualities. In the animal world, male herbivore animals, such as deer and goats, fight for top position during mating season to secure mating privileges. Yes, they fight to win the top position, and thus be the first to mate with the females. I mention this to emphasize the importance of the quality of the seed. A doe will become pregnant with a baby deer that inherits the deer king's DNA. The deer king is big and strong, as well as being the brightest and bravest of his herd. Thus, his offspring will have strong immune systems. Young deer must be able to run away from predators. So deer learn to stand up soon after birth and can run 5 minutes after birth. If the daddy deer were disabled, what would his offspring be like? Perhaps weak, becoming lunch for a wolf. So the female herbivores all know to choose the strongest males to mate with. Same with we humans. Your DNA decides health, intelligence, and even your luck. All the pain, trouble, poverty, or joy and wealth you have, all come from the seed. However, Buddhism's concept of the seed is not absolute. Every life is independent. Your current life condition is the result of what you did in the past or in past lives. I hear some people complain about their broken marriages. Breakups are the result of behavior in your previous lives. For example, having money but no marriage, meeting love but not being able to keep it. A few days ago, I met with a student of mine. He cried hard. I observed his past lives. He was an eagle in one life. I won't go into details here. The eagle ate many others, and those he ate took revenge on him. This revenge took place in his current life. An animal that had been eaten by that eagle had desire for revenge. The revenge was that the animal became the man's lover, and when the man was very in love, he had to watch his lover die. He had to feel the pain. The animal's thought was, "You could have spared me, but you killed me. You tore me into pieces and ate me. In disguise, I'll take revenge." Eventually, the revenge takes place. This kind of story happens all the time. All we go through today is a result of yesterday. Our feelings and life situations are results of what we did in the past and in our previous lives, results of our accumulated actions. Can you change how you feel? Yes, you can. If there's a reason, there's a result. Here are 2 sentences I'd like you all to remember. The first is, if you want to know the seed you planted, look at what you're experiencing now. This sentence means that your current body, your life, happiness, family, career, suffering, everything you're experiencing now is the result of your past. The last sentence is, if you want to know your future, what you're doing right now is the seed. This means that what you do now decides your future. Does this make sense to you? For example, if I study hard now, I will graduate. If I learn a trade, I'll be able to make a living with it. It's as simple as this. If I treat people nicely, they probably will be nice to me too. This is how we make friends and keep relationships. You can't always be demanding, because relationships will break. You'll be better off treating others with respect, giving kindness and love. Our actions now decide our future. This is why I often suggest that people not attach to their personalities. If you're mean to people, you don't get love. Some people grew up without love. Their parents talked harshly to each other and treated their children like slaves. They've suffered a lack of love. If your world is made up of squares, then when you draw, you'll draw squares, since that's what you know. We can't be stubborn about our personalities when we start to awaken. We ought to act from high ground, instead of from where we were before. We see everything more clearly now, so we should use appropriate behavior and state of mind to face our life situations and to deal with our friends and colleagues. This would be more sensible. If you insist that you can't change your personality will become a hindrance. So essentially you'll be attached to your hindrance, to your stubbornness, to your past mistakes. When I was young, I had lots of shortcomings. but I continue to self-cultivate, and I'm still bettering myself. I have personal experience with the things I teach today. No matter how our lives are today, if we want to be healthier, richer, wiser, expressive, caring, and more lovable. Anybody here who doesn't want love? Please raise your hand. I'm trying to be the Monkey King, using my piercingly sharp eyes to see who will raise their hands, to see who doesn't want love. There are people like that. They want to appear strong by saying that they don't care about love. They want to be superhuman. However, even though they feel that they don't need love, they subconsciously want love. I am like this sometimes. I feel I'm a mixture of many different kinds of characters. Often I don't feel loving, nor lovable. When I'm exhausted, I stay somewhere alone, feeling the exhaustion and wanting to isolate myself. That's what I do when I'm tired. When I was little, I thought no one loved me, and I couldn't think of anyone I loved either. So I just stayed by myself, without feeling love. As an adult, after understanding how things work in this world, we desire respect and recognition. We want to better ourselves, to be the best we can be. Young people want to have a successful career that gives them fulfillment and makes their parents proud. These goals cannot be achieved alone. We'll need to harness the power of nature to be enriched by its wisdom, to fulfill our life purpose. What you experience now indicates what you did before. What you are doing now indicates what you will experience later. Do you want your future to be brighter?
Yes.
I have a method. And it's simple. I just talked about the concept of the seed. A seed can be seen, so it's easier for us to understand. But our fate is not made of only one seed. One seed is the original you, or the preset you, or the blueprint of you, according to Chinese Taoism. This you exists eternally, and when this eternal you attaches to a human, to be exact, the fetus, your life as a human results. Humans have different fates. If this eternal you attaches to a sheep fetus, you'll be born as a lamb. Your fate then will be to be slaughtered someday. What happens if you attach to a bull fetus? You'll be born as a calf. Some people live like bulls, arrogantly. Some like sheep, timidly. Humans are sometimes very stupid, materialistic, and base. Excuse me for my bluntness. When we want money, we overwork ourselves because we get exhausted from overwork. We vow never to work again once we earn enough money, to lie in bed and do nothing. When the fortune does come, we lie in bed for a month, we forget how to walk, and in a few months we forget how to speak. We need to exercise after getting rich. However, rich people and poor people exercise in different ways. In Asia, rich men would love to play golf, right? The word golf sounds like the Chinese word tall. The pig-faced monk went to the Tall village and married Miss Tall after he got some money. Poor people are so eager to get rich that they get high blood pressure. Have I joked too much? I'm sorry for my playfulness. My meaning is very serious. But I don't want you to think that studying Buddhism and having compassion mean that you must cry all the time. That's not compassion. That's pain and sadness. If we want good futures, there's one good method that I came to realize myself. It didn't come from the mind, but from the heart. Are your parents nice to you?
Nice.
Yet many of us don't realize what's nice about our parents. A student once mentioned that she couldn't think of anything nice her parents had done for her. I asked if she remembered anybody so far in her life who had helped her. My landlord, she replied. When I was moving in, he helped me to carry my heavy mattress. I'll be forever grateful. I reminded her that her father had worked hard so that she could study abroad. I asked why she couldn't recognize her parents' help. Maybe after she has a child, she will be able to feel gratitude toward her parents. If you are a parent, you understand what I mean. When your child is little, you protect them constantly. Mothers can't sleep through the night for years until their child is older. Before a mother gives birth, she might be a girl who can't bear dirtiness, can't bear mess. She cleaned up right away. Yet once she has a baby, she puts up with all the untidiness and is super kind to her baby. She sticks to her baby no matter what. Fathers are the same. After having a baby, a father works harder and feels more responsibility because he has a child. Even if fathers have to bear unfair treatment at work, they still keep their jobs in order to earn money for the raising of children. They work hard to pay for their child's education and happiness, even if it costs them their life. Fathers are selfless, as are mothers. Let me tell you a true story I've told before. A girl's parents divorced when she was little. Her mother told her only bad things about her father because her mother hated him. Hatred happens among some divorced couples. The girl didn't know this, of course. Every time she asked her mom about her father, her mom said that her father was a bad guy and recounted all the bad things he'd done. These bad stories made the little girl believe that her dad was indeed a bad person. To make a long story short, the girl grew up. One day when planning her wedding, she felt sick. The doctor told her that she had incurable liver cancer. When faced with death, people change their minds and feel differently about things. This girl wanted to meet her father before she died. She told her mom about her wish, and her mom told the girl's father. After all, it was the wish of her dying daughter, so she put her mixed feelings aside. When the father was told of his daughter's condition, he asked her doctor if there was any way to save his daughter's life. The doctor said the only way was a liver transplant. Then she'd have a chance. A maybe, not a guarantee. This father didn't hesitate and asked immediately for a test to find out if he could donate his liver. The doctor checked him thoroughly, and his liver was healthy. He thought that if he gave his liver to his daughter, her body wouldn't reject it. The doctor said this was true, but the father's heart was too weak to withstand a major operation. The father wasn't afraid and insisted on donating his liver, willing to risk his own life. The operation was successful, and the daughter survived. The father left a touching letter to her, telling his daughter that finally he had done something for her that made him proud of himself. It wasn't true that he didn't love his daughter. I believe every father loves his child. This girl had been misled by her mom's opinion. She'd misunderstood him. All parents love their children. We should never doubt it. Their love is stronger than we can express. Maybe you can't remember right now. I hope all of you, my old and new students, can feel gratitude toward your parents, toward your ancestors. Now let's chant more. Let's chant in gratitude for our fathers. Pray to the Medicine Buddha and all deities in the eastern lapis lazuli land. To all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, pray that they bless our fathers and all fathers before us. Let all fathers receive auspiciousness. We wish them health and freedom. For the fathers who have passed, we pray and wish that they be born into heaven, into the eastern lapis lazuli land, and wish them eternal freedom from suffering. Only when they're fine can we be fine, although it isn't about ourselves now. Humans have feelings and emotions, and we should be grateful for what we have. Being grateful cures all ailments, physical and mental. When we chant, we'll reflect on the love our fathers gave us. When I talked to my father on his deathbed, he still tried to sound cheery and told me not to worry, that he'd be fine again in a few days. But he knew that his days were numbered. He said, "Don't worry, I'm fine. This illness is not a big deal." His tone was light-hearted. Not everyone could be that way. But fathers can. Because fathers are the cornerstones of families. It seems you have seen my point. Let's chant for our fathers, our ancestor fathers, sending blessings to them, praying to Buddha to protect them, and wishing them well.
Nam mô Quan世音菩萨。
南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，
观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无 观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南 音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。
Now it's time for our closing exercise. Rub your palm until they're warm. Glide your palms over your face from chin to forehead to cheek without actually touching them. Rub your palms until they're warm. Part your fingers and firmly comb your hair from forehead to the back of the neck. Rub your palms. Pat your entire body from top to bottom. Pat your head firmly with relaxed wrists. Do it calmly. Pat your left shoulder. Then pat your right shoulder. Continue to pat your chest. Then pat your left armpit down to the side of your rib cage. Switch to the right. Pat your right armpit down to the side of your rib cage. Next, pat your abdomen with relaxed hands. Please stand up slowly. Pat down from the front of your thighs, knees, shins, ankles, and tops of your feet. Gently pat the lower back, down to the buttocks, down to the back of your thighs, calves, ankles, and heels. Continue to pat the inside and outside of your legs. Start with your left leg. Relax your wrists and pat with slight force. Then pat your right leg. Continue to pat your arms. Start with your left arm. Then pat your right arm. After patting your entire body, rub your palms. Gently massage your whole body without actually touching it. Visualize that you are gently sweeping away the dust and worries. You are becoming healthy and happy. At the same time, think, I'm closing this meditation practice.
Thank you very much for all your kind cooperation. Well, that's all for today's class. I wish you all good health and long life,
Received.
joy and luck.
Received.
I'll see you tomorrow at the same time.
Thank you, Grandmaster.
Today's class has successfully completed. See you tomorrow.
在茫茫人海之中，让我与您相遇。小小的红点里，人生就此欢喜。我快乐了，我健康了，我幸福了，我美丽了。在茫茫人海之中，让我与你相遇。小小的红点里，人生变得神奇。